mouth. When you tried to explain to me, I said, boy, just shut your mouth. Would you say, baby, forgive me? Or would you knock me out? Hey, you said you wear the pants and me wear the skirt. You can do as you please, you no matter who hurt. When me try to talk, you fling out my clothes, lock up your door and let me out a road. What if I had a baby by your man? What if me and him roll up in your van? What if you sleep wrong with no protection? Would you walk away or take me as I am? What if I had a public affair with one of your friends and act like me no care? What if when you call he said I wasn't there when him in your bed and a playing on me here? You say that I should love you and take you as you are, with your flings and all your issues. You're flirting at the bar. You say I'm being childish and I don't understand that all the things that you do are being done by other men.
Listen all day, every day on your favorite streaming platform. The Clean Fresh Sound. Rise and shine. Let's get ready to take on the day. Activated Mornings on WEFM 99.9 is on now.
And we are back. All right, so we are back with our talk to me. Lord, what am I doing? No, we're not with our talk to me segment as yet. We are still in our activated mornings general talking. All right, so we're still having our activated mornings segment here on WEFM. Remember, you can call and be a part of the program. You can call us on 457-9997 as well as 532-9997. We already have a call, and here we go. Lost it? All right then.
No, go ahead.
So you can reach us directly. We have been having some issues with the line, so I am not sure if you would get us. It may be on and off. But you can definitely contact us on WhatsApp to be a part of this discussion. All right.
All right, Joshua, go on again.
All right. Good morning to you, Joshua.
Good morning.
How are you going?
I am doing great. You know, I like it when you ask me that question because I enjoy every second. I mean, you guys should see where we live is very close to the ocean. So we could see all the ships coming and going.
Lovely.
It's it's such a lovely place. So I don't ramble and I don't want to exceed your 3-minute limits. I want to say, because this is fresh on my mind, Mr. Weeks is one of your contributors that brings value to your show.
Mm-hmm.
There's another guy, I don't know the guy, I don't know Mr. Weeks either. Kojo or Mojo? Kojo. I agree with him 75% of the times. These guys bring value to the show. Mr. Weeks mentioned something about people, things falling apart. A few years ago, I took a friend to the emergency department in Milton Cato Hospital. This individual was in uniform, a police officer. We were there for about 6 hours, still not being attended to. And at the entrance of the emergency department, there's a double glass door. Only one side was functioning. And they were actually taking people in sideways. So I approached the nurse and I asked, why aren't you guys using the other side? She looks at me and in a very rude way, she said, what do you got to do with you? Is the side door not open? So I said to her, I could fix that. She said, what are you talking about? I said, Mom, I could fix it. All I need is a screwdriver. She took a deep breath and then she called somebody. The guy came to me and he said, what do you want? I said, so I could open that door. He said, what are you talking about? That door they've been closed for years. Anyhow, I persuaded him to get me a screwdriver. And I borrowed, women always have that thing you sharpen your fingernails with.
A file?
What's it called?
A file?
Yes, a fingernail file. And in less than 5 minutes, I had that door open, and everybody like, what? And where you be? So the guy said to me, "No, we got a problem." I said, "What's the problem?" So he said, "Well, how you gonna get paid?" I said, "So I don't want to get paid. I do this for a living. I could break into Fort Knox." And the short version is, as Mr. Week said, the things that are simple, could be simply fixed, and we just ignore it. And the reason I was able to do that, like I said, I do that for a living. I knew exactly what the problem was, and both sides, I hope they're still functioning.
Yes, they are.
Right. So, just in case you guys didn't know, and I'm boasting, Dave Roberts, I'm boasting. I'm the one responsible for that. After many, many years, in less than 5 minutes, I had that door functioning. And Roleza, you mentioned your problem with painting. Let me give you a free tip. When you paint it, it doesn't matter what type of paint you're using, if it's oil paint or what's the other one, latex.
Mm.
Put like a tablespoon of vanilla, vanilla essence,
Uh-huh.
or peppermint or aniseed in the paint and mix it in. That helps to kill the smell of the paint.
Oh, okay.
And I know that because at present I'm doing one of my wife's to-do on her to-do list
Mm.
when I'm painting the bedroom, and she is asthmatic. So by the
Okay.
time she comes home at 7 o'clock, that smell that smell is gone. There's no smell there.
Yeah. Yeah, I
So
learned in the
Lisa,
hard
try
way.
it. What? Yes. So try the peppermint. And I know you think this is putting your business on the street, but I happen to meet your mother, and she is an adorable lady. She is. I'm telling you, she is amazing.
Well, I'm sure she's hearing this, so very good, very good.
Yes.
I don't have to
So
pass on any message.
no, no, no. I don't think you have to. She's an adorable lady. So use that paint tip. And yes, Mr.
Mm.
Weeks, you're absolutely right. There are things that we could fix. I could share so many stories about things that I fixed in St. Vincent that was there for years, and people say, that not me job, that a government job. Have a nice day, guys, and I'm going to continue to enjoy my wonderful view.
All
And,
right.
and by the way, I was not joking about my fritters. I won a contest for making the best banana fritters.
In Bermuda?
Yes.
It's because you're Vinci, that's why. It's
Well,
because
big
you're
up
Vinci.
you, Joshua.
No, but you see, the thing is, when you get banana fritters, some Bermudans take the whole banana, and just mix it with the egg batter and flour and fry. That's fried bananas.
Mm.
So let me get off because I know I haven't seen my 3 minutes.
All right, Joshua, thanks.
Have a great day.
You as well. Thank you. All right. All right. So yes, as Dianna mentioned, it would be easier or best for you to call the WhatsApp number, which is 457-9997. All right.
Yeah.
Why am I hearing an echo? What is I did? All right. All right, let's go ahead.
All right. Yes, so we're going into our topic. Anyway, Joshua, thank you for fixing the door. So now you know. If you didn't know, when you go to the hospital and you see the two doors open, now you know. All right then. So we're gonna go into our topic at this time. Yesterday in our news, we read something from. You know what? I'm gonna read it again. Well, obviously, so that we can refresh our memory. So it's the news article is
All right,
entitled.
before you
There's a
go,
call.
yeah.
Okay. Hola, buenos dias, Kojo.
Good morning. Good morning. I'm of the same. I do the same thing like Josh. I that's what I do here. I repair stuff,
Mm.
and I tell you, they we have a what we call a PM service and a corrective service, which is PM is preventive and C is corrective maintenance. And I think that's what they need to implement in St. Vincent, where people go wrong and the PM the equipment. So if there's something faulty about it, you could correct it one time. And corrective maintenance is where something just breaks and you didn't have no control over it. So you correct it Because I'm telling you, some of the things I hear people talking about, like a toilet, sometimes it's just a simple handle that the train in the tank drop off of the handle and it's not flushing. It's a simple fix. 5 minutes. It's that much, you know. A door is not closing. Sometimes the screw, it's off balance. It's not balanced properly. It's not. So as Josh said, he took 5 minutes to fix the door. I didn't see it, so I don't know what was the problem. But if he took 5 minutes to fix it, and I've been like that for years, somebody's not doing the job and they're getting paid, as Mr. Week said. If you get monthly payment, you're supposed to, produce some work for that kind of money. You shouldn't have, you know, a door can't close or open for years, and it's a simple fix with a screwdriver. Let me tell you, all I'm saying is that people just need to actually do what they're supposed to do. I think a lot of people just like to get paid and don't really like to work. That's the problem.
Yep.
All right.
All right. Thanks, Kojo. All right.
Okay, now I know this is not the topic, but I find this topic to be quite interesting because some things have been mentioned that I have encountered where persons would say, this is not my job. It's not my job to do this. It's not my job to do that. And while we don't, I'm not encouraging you to take on some sort of responsibility that isn't yours. When you listen to something like that, like Joshua just mentioned, the door was stuck for however long, and people are saying we can't open this door. This door is this. It's been this way forever, and he was able to go and say, just give me the tools and fix it. So you see, it really was an easy fix, and we can admit that persons do abuse the government system, because you're mentioning you have a job, you're getting paid for it monthly, but you're not doing what you're supposed to do. We know that persons do abuse the government system, the government facilities, and also we contribute to not taking care of these facilities at times. And sometimes we really don't look from that end. We just think, the government should fix. And where the government needs to fix things, they must fix them, and they must be called out, for fixing them. But we also have to look at ourselves and say, are we contributing to this? Because, for example, when you look at bathrooms, it is so... listen, almost every public bathroom you go to, there's an issue. If it's not a door falling off, or there's no door, there's a leak, water on the floor, something is wrong. And when you really think about it, we're the ones that destroy them. It's not the government going in to use the bathrooms. It's we using these things, and we are destroying them as well. So one of the things that our preventive measure we could probably look at is just taking care of them in the first place.
Right.
That is definitely something we need to do.
Yeah, I think that's what Mr. Weeks was also hinting at. In that, so yes, we might complain about public spaces in terms of like bathrooms, etc., about them being destroyed, etc. But how many persons, just because it's a public space, think that they don't need to take as good care of certain things as they would within their own homes, right? So it's also that, again, that sense of ownership in that what you probably would not do for your own home, or things that you would not do it within your own home, you also shouldn't do within a public space as well, So that is also another thing that we have to think about as people. There's an echo, and I'm not sure where it's coming from. As a people, we also need to, be mindful, and it's one thing for us to be commenting about this and that needing to be fixed, but we also have to take care of them in the first instance.
Yes.
So, yeah.
And I had my previous former principal, she's retired now. You could go to the school, and even though this woman is the principal, you would see this woman sweeping up things. If something is to be mopped up, this woman, she ain't send it, call the cleaner from cleaner, come, this is your job. She wouldn't do that. You'd see her sweeping, you'd see her picking up this thing here and picking up that thing there. She's not sitting down and saying, I am principal, that is not my job. And sometimes we do that. And while I'm not telling you to go and take on somebody else's responsibility, it shouldn't be that bad if you see something that needs to be done and you can do it, and you just do it. If it's not something that is extremely strenuous. Look, just the other day, I don't even know if this is okay, but I'm saying it anyway because I want to commend these persons. The other day over at this school, I saw the male teachers swiping the yard. Government ain't paying them to swipe yard. They are teachers, but they were there. The yard needed to be cut, and there they were cleaning the yard. Nobody coming down, and if the principal said, "Can you?" I know those male teachers. If the principal had asked them and said, "Come and clean it up," they wouldn't say, "No, miss. That government ain't paying me for that." They would come and help because it's a part of their environment. They have to live there. They have to look out for the children that are there. So some of the things like that. Sometimes even when I was in school, the children make a mess. I said, "Go and bring the broom for me." I didn't tell them, "Go call the cleaner to come and clean this." I simply sweep it up, or mop it up. Sometimes the children throw up. Sometimes they pee. The teacher ain't saying, "Go and call the cleaner for me." The teacher will go and get the mop and clean it up. They could argue that's not my job. The government pays me to be a teacher, not a cleaner. But, I think that these are some of the things that we can. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, angels. Good morning.
Morning.
Well, I must say, Mr. Week was right on point yesterday and this morning. I mean that incident yesterday with a person going in to being served, and she was told, "Oh, we're not ready to be open," and then finally that person went out to take their child to school. I think that person should have been disciplined. Because you take a government money or whoever you're working for to take your child to school when you're supposed to actually working, and have the lady standing outside. It's definitely not right. And then this morning again, you mentioned about things that not being done, or something about it is a simple call to maintenance to have this thing done, or where any authority they have to call to. I mean, for example, talk about a police station that was infested with rats and all that. Like you said again, they contributed to it. If you keep your police filthy, you're going to have these things happen. Then later, you're going to get on the radio and they're going to say, "Oh, this police station is that, the government is not fixing it," and blah, 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 blah. Everything is going to be the government. But we simply have to take our initiative too, to contribute to make things right. I mean, it happened not only in St. Vincent alone. Even when I was at work in the building trade, we have the same thing where you have what we call laborers that will clean the place up. And some of our workers will just throw things on the floor and they will say, that's for the laborers to do, give them something to do. But for example, you might put a banana peel down and the laborers might not come around to clean up. One of the workers could trip on that banana peel and get injured. Then you will say to yourself, "Oh, I should not have done that." So we have to take things into consideration too, and do things that will make life easy for the people. And like you said, you go around Kingston and public bathroom or whatever, there's always something running. Somebody's not doing the job, and they need to be called out for it. So, that's my thing. Each one of us could play a part.
Okay.
Each one of us could play a part by maintaining because some of them you're not going to do it at home. So why would you do it out in public? Yeah, because if I walk around, if I have a sweetie paper in my pocket, I will sit back home a diamond paper. I will not throw the paper on the floor until I reach a garbage bin somewhere. I will keep it in my pocket for however long it takes. We'll just wrap it up and just drop it on the floor. I would not do that. So we gotta be blamed for some of the things that's taking place around. And like I said, not just in Vincent alone. It happens all over. All right, Angel. Later.
All right. Take care. Thanks, Jeff. All right.
Right then. So I know we didn't discuss our scheduled topic. However, I just felt like we needed to say that because I liked the points that were being brought up, and I just I want us to always be informed and educated so that we just want for us to have a better country.
All right. So we have some comments. So good morning, ladies. Problem will always happen. We need persons, especially to attend to certain jobs to fix things. Move them from different government buildings to do works. All right. So that's one comment from somebody. Let Let me see if to read it because you're seeing some laughing emojis here. So let me see if to read it first, right? So I had a similar experience when I returned home about 25 years ago. My family's toilet was running for months. Plumber kept saying he doesn't have the tool. When I looked at it, I fixed it with my hands. My niece ran out shouting, "Mommy, Uncle Jimmy fixed the toilet with his hands." And, I mean,
Wow.
one of the things too is like, so as I mentioned, I'm very hands-on, right? Very hands-on, and why it is a suffering from what I suffer from now, right? So one of the things is, I, for one, don't always believe that you have to call in a professional. But if there are things that you find that are definitely out of your league, then you don't. But something like fixing a toilet, there are videos on YouTube. I had to replace the toilet thing inside of the tank the other day. Got the stuff, went on YouTube, sat down and figured out how to do it, right?
All right, Miss Plumber, come on.
Yeah, so I think that there are many times, even in organizations that we're speaking about, something is wrong or something needs fixing. Many of us would know how to do the things, but we rather call in a different person and say that is not our job. When what it means in the end is all of us are being inconvenienced because you are waiting on the quote unquote the person who's supposed to be, who is being paid to do it. So I think sometimes it's all about you, especially in the context of a work environment. You want to be able to come to work, to do your work, and to go home.
Yeah.
Right? But if you are going to be in an environment where you are going to be inconvenienced and somebody can actually take charge and somebody could actually take the lead to fix whatever it is or to be able to help other individuals within the workforce, and why not just do it?
Exactly.
Right? Not because something is in a public space means that you're going to destroy it. Exactly. Another thing, as Jeff was mentioning in terms of the sweetie paper, not because it's not your property means that you're going to walk and throw your garbage on other person's property. So it's all these other things sometimes where I just think that in many instances, don't do unto others what you would not want to have done unto you. Generally, that is the starting point for many things in life.
Yes.
Yeah. So
we just want to have a better place, and it starts with us. We always hearing this. It starts with us. We could do. There are some things that we need bigger people to do, but there are some things that we could do as the small man, because ultimately we don't want to be inconvenienced. We want to be comfortable. We want to be able to have a better experience, a better quality of life, right? So if it's something simple you can do, just do it. Don't wait on the next person to do it while you sit there complaining that you're inconvenienced, you're uncomfortable. You could simply fix it or deal with it, or maybe you have somebody you could say, come and deal with this thing for me while you're waiting. And because I tell you, I do not like to wait. I am going to become a qualified electrician.
I think that's my problem
and
as well.
Plumber.
So I don't like to have to wait for people
because I get frustrated.
Somebody give me some zombie story and they're putting me off. So many times I would try to learn to fix things for myself.
Yep.
And when it's really and truly out of my hands, then I call in somebody.
Yep, that's what I believe in. I remember some years ago, I had a leak. Now, I know nothing about plumbing, and I was renting, so I let the landlord know that something is wrong. The plumber took forever, more than a month to come, and during that period of having to deal with that, I nearly lost my mind. I made it my business. I said, Dianna Cain, I'm going to learn plumbing, I'm going to learn electrical installation, I'm going to be a painter, every single thing that I can do, mechanic, all of it. Trust me, in the future, you will hear that I'm a certified mechanic, a certified plumber, certified. Afraid current real bad, so I ain't sure how I'm going to work around that one, but I do know I want to get that certification as well. Right.
But as Dianna is speaking on this as well too, and I think we read it. No, okay, so we read it as a headline in the Socialite Midweek for this week, where persons are being encouraged to take part in the adult literacy. It's adult literacy and skills, I think, something to that effect. And what it is that I would say, for me personally, I would like to learn as many skills as possible, not just because I want to, let's say, earn a living from them, but just to be able to do them myself, right? Or even to be able to help, let's say, family and friends, close family and friends. I want charge persons, So I think that for many individuals as well, when we hear of, let's say, certain programs, certain skills training programs being offered at the various community centers within our villages, within our communities, we can actually take part in them, right? Because many times we think that education, as in that formal education, is enough. It doesn't have to be, right? You could come back with a degree, but you can still learn other skills and other trades. And that was one of the things that when I came back from studying, I found like I felt like there was a deficit in my knowledge base. And because I wanted to do other things. So at one point I took up floral arrangement. Now I never did anything with the floral arrangement, but at least I got the knowledge of it. You know, so even for us, when we talk about continuous learning, these are things that we can take part in, you know. The information is out there. Sometimes you have to pay a small fee, or you have to provide the material, but there's nothing wrong. It doesn't matter your level of education. It doesn't matter how far you have gotten in school. But once there are these opportunities available, we should actually take charge of them, even if it's not a case of us going to make money from them, but at least for us to have the general knowledge. And on top of that,
you're not making money, you could be saving some.
You're saving some. And on top of that, let's say if you do have to call in a professional, because you already have that general knowledge, you would know if somebody is doing stupidness.
Yes.
Right?
True.
So you would be able to guide and you'd be able to see and be able to monitor whether or not what they're doing is actually the correct thing as well. You know, so
true.
Just it's just something for us to think about and take advantage of many of the possibilities of many of the opportunities that are out there for us.
Yes. And so Roleza mentioned the community centers, the technical institutes have these programs. Right. You've been hearing us reading these out on Community Dateline for the longest while, as well as the adult and continuing education. They also offer courses, and I think they do. You know what? I ain't sure about that part, but they do offer courses: plumbing, food and beverage, bartending, sewing, all of these things.
I even saw one over the weekend for hair braiding.
Yes, there's one for that as well.
There's
so there are these courses being offered.
There's cosmetology in terms of nails and everything. So, you know, there are the opportunities out there, and it's just for us to capitalize on them and make use of them. All right. We can't say that nobody's offering them if you are not taking them up.
True.
Right? So.
Joshua, can I cook? Yes, I can. I can cook. My mother taught me to cook. I've been cooking since as a little girl. Right? So I can. That doesn't mean I like to do it though. But I can. We're gonna jump out and take a short ad break, and then we will be right back with you.
St. Vincent